Holy shit. I love this episode. I will be very, very honest here. I just straight up love the whole episode. And I think so this is low key the best episode throughout the whole entire series so far. For me at least. It was amazing. Like now I will get into why I felt this episode was amazing, but was it just me, or was there some animation flaws that I saw in this episode? Because I saw in certain scenes, Ash was kind of holding his gun in a very weird position, and I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right in any single bit. Like he's holding his gun in a very weird position. So yeah, there were certain scenes I was like the animation quality kind of looked like it didn't suit, like it didn't show, like it looked really bad at some points and looked really weird at some points. Like yeah, as a story perspective, I really enjoyed this episode low key. Like I felt like this was definitely like it was definitely one of the best episodes I've seen throughout the whole series. Like Loki, for me, it was the best episode I've seen. Let me know what do you guys think was the best episode you guys have seen so far in Banana Fish. But this was my personal best episode. Now let's get into what I really loved about this episode. Let's just get into it straight up because I want to talk a lot of stuff about this episode that happened. So first of all, really really emotional start to the episode. Like they just start off where they left off on the previous week, like Shorter dying and Ash regretting, and you see how he's just like just kill me and stuff. Like he just wants to die because he knows that he killed his best friend. Like he had no choice but to kill his best friend. He was made to kill his best friend, so it was like he had no choice there, and that's the reason why he was like just kill me. And Arthur and Golson wanted him to suffer even more, and it just was like such an emotional sequence right over there. Plus, AG was taken away throughout this episode. Now, what I really love is how Yutlang just my boy Yutlang. Ah, jeez. He helped Ash. He helped Ash in this episode, and I was like, cool. Like that was pretty cool. Like yeah. Now this is where the real part starts. Like the real shit starts straight after this. Like I really love the stuff that happens after this. So before that, let's talk about what really happens. What really Golden did. Golden basically eliminated somebody who was standing for president. Who was standing to be a president. So it was like, yo, Golden, you you did a you did a very very nasty job already eliminating the president. Like who was gonna be who was like the next president, who was confirmed to be the next president. Like you just eliminated that guy. It's like yo, this man. I was just looking at the scene and being like, this man. So it just shows that how much power this man has, because literally there were people from politics to military just sitting around there partying with him. It just shows how great this man's power is. It just shows how much superior he is to everyone. And you see Arthur even talking about it, like how he's just saying like, oh, you're guiding these people, but what type of path are you guiding these people to? So it's like this man is so superior that everybody is following him, and it just establishes his power, his everything, like how powerful this man is and what he really can do. It establishes with this episode. Like that's one of the big things that is established in this episode. Like how, like don't get me wrong, Dino has been shown to be really powerful since episode one, but this episode really establishes his power, like how much power he has in his hand. It really shows us with what actually he's capable to do, and with Banana Fish, it just makes it even more like he just makes him even more powerful. That's just basically how I can put it. Like that's just it just shows so much about him, his character, just in general. Oh, let's get into the part I really loved about this episode: the action sequence. Damn. Now again, I did say the animation it kind of looked wonky in parts, and really that doesn't look good. So yeah, there was some points I was really upset with the animation. Now that was just me. I don't know if you guys felt the same or not. I don't know. Like I was focused. I'm somebody who focuses on the story, and that's the reason why I let go of the animation because the story of Banana Fish is phenomenal, and I will give that to it. But I will say the animation at parts was bad. Like I did feel like it was bad at parts. So yeah, uh, like I really want to talk about the whole sequence with Youth Lang and uh, what's his name? Uh, the Abraham. I think so. No. His name is not Abraham. Whatever his name is, the little brother, the little scientist. Basically, the whole sequence with Yu Lang and him was very, very intriguing. Like the way Yu Lang just says to him, he's like, "Yo, you know what? You basically created a drug which kills people, and like which makes people kill each other, kills people basically, just that. But and then you are afraid to die on your own. You'd like that was such a great scene. I really love that thing that Yutlang did over there. Really well done. Now, I'm really liking Yutlang as a character. Like, I'm not joking. I'm really liking him as a character after this episode. Like, personally, I think so. His character in this episode, like, I found it really intriguing. Like the way his character was throughout the whole episode, it was very intriguing to me, and how he was saying to Ash how they are kind of relatable in a way, and they kind of just like if he shows Ash shows any sentimental towards his friend, it would lead him to die someday. So yeah, there were parts like that. And now let's also talk about this character, Su Ying. I think so. That's what his name is, Su Sing, something like that. Su Ying, whatever his name is. I'm just gonna call him Su. That's just basically what I'm gonna call him. But yeah, this character, he's also a very interesting character, and he's basically somebody who respects Shorter. And Shorter is a pretty cool character. I still gotta get over his death. He was such a great character. Like I really love Shorter. Like this just feels bad, man. But let's talk about Sue. Basically, like he he basically comes to rescue Shorter, but the final sequence where basically uh you see Ash burning Shorter's body, and you see Sue coming out of nowhere, and you see him being like, "Is that Shorter's body? Like, what have you done to him?" Like, that's that whole sequence is like, damn, that's kind of like if you were in Sue's shoes, I would understand why he would take that risk. Like this man is still young. I through what I see, this man is very young. He's way younger than Shorter. Through what I see, he's way younger than Shorter. That's what I'm seeing here. So I'm guessing he's like what 15 or something, 15 to 14, something like that. So he's way younger than Shorter, and he like he's in that age where he's still not mature like Ash. Ash has seen the mature world, and Shorter too. He has seen the mature world. So these people have seen the mature world, and they know what it's like to be in the mature world. But this kid, it doesn't seem like he is out there to know about the mature world. He doesn't know much, and that's the reason why he would act out like that. If it's basically what it seems like that. Now let's also talk about a scene I really liked. Like everybody was smashing the cars, and I actually had a chuckle in the scene where everybody just was smashing the cars, and it just looks so funny that whole scene, just where the one of Ash's men is like, I don't want to break this car. It looks so beautiful, and Ash is like, don't break it. I'm gonna ride it later on. It's like, yeah, the whole sequence is just funny. Like it was just funny. I also like how the doctor mistook what's his name, Lang for a woman, and I get it. Anybody would do see that to be a trap. That's a clear trap. Like, dude, that's a clear trap. So it was like, yo, yeah. Also, guns. Let me talk about something now. Somebody has played a lot of games like Counter Strike and all that. I have actually seen this gun in one of the games that I've played. One of the first-person shooters I've played. In the uh, and I feel like this is either M4. I think it's an M4. I think it's it kind of reminded me of Call of Duty for Modern Warfare gun. I think it was the M4. Or was it something else? Was it the M4 carbine? I think so. That's what it was. I don't remember, but yeah, that's basically, or it must be an AR carbine, something like that. I don't remember, but it was a gun in Call of Duty that I remember using. So it kind of reminded me of that gun from Call of Duty. It was either that or it was this car. No, not the Fortnite's car. The I'm talking about this car with the grenade launcher. So it is one of those two. So yeah, yeah, I know. I'm talking too much about the guns, but I like to take the little details in when I like a series too much, and Banana Fish is a series that I really like a lot. So yeah, I do like to take every single detail in when I'm watching Banana Fish. So let's also talk about the final sequence of this episode. Ash is heading to Manhattan, and Yutlang basically flees with Sue and keeps his men behind. Basically, he basically like rescues Sue in a way, and he's like, Sue, you gotta help me and say that you rescued me, and that way you can be off the hook pretty easily. So yeah, that was a pretty decent sequence we saw, and we also see how Sue was intimidated by Ash. Like, he just says that Ash is so intimidating. Like he's just intimidating character, and it's very understandable after what he just saw. Like he just saw Ash very angry. He wasn't in the mood, and now he's heading to Manhattan. I don't remember what was in Manhattan. Like I know it was something to do with Papadino, but I don't remember what it was. It was established earlier on in the series. I just don't remember what it was. But yeah, brilliant episode. I will give full marks for story base. I'll give full marks on this episode. Animation, I felt like the animation did lack. The animation just felt lackluster to me. That's just what I'm gonna say. It's just I didn't feel the animation. That's just what I'm gonna say. But story wise, I'll give full marks to this episode. I really enjoyed it. Like it was amazing story wise. The way it was just like showing Papa Dino's power, Ash's anger rage, and how he basically killed off the doctor, Lang helping people, Lang's character development. Like I really loved all this stuff. Also, I really like the new character that's Suying or Suying Sing, something like that. Sue, I'm just gonna call him Sue. That's basically, but yeah, him. Like every small detail about this chapter was very intriguing to me, and it may lead to something in future. Especially one of the scenes in this episode, and that was where AG basically says to Ash that I'll be waiting for you, and Ash is basically like take care of AG for me until he comes back, until I come back. Like it's a completely different scene, and it's something a character would say when a certain character dies, and that's basically we've seen this in a lot of animes. Like I watched way too many animes to see this scene and be like, no way, Ash is gonna stay alive. Like I have this feeling Ash may die at some point, and that's the reason why he's saying this stuff to AG. And I don't know, I'm just making theories here, but it does seem like that whole sequence kind of made this whole thing about Ash kind of being is gonna get killed somehow or some way. Like that whole scene kind of give that kind of vibe. Like Ash is gonna get killed soon or something like that. Now I don't think so. Ash is the main character, obviously, so I don't think so it's gonna be anytime soon. But if it does happen, it's gonna happen in the last 5 to 6 episodes. That's basically where I see Ash getting killed. If he gets killed at some point, I just see that happening. So yeah, this video is pretty long. I know. Normally I make a 6 to 10 minutes video and talk about stuff, but I just love this episode that much that I had to say I had to take every single detail about this episode in there, and I really loved it. I really liked this episode. Like it was amazing. So yeah, let me know what you think about this episode of Banana Fish, and I will see you in the next video as always. Peace.